Okay. Yo, good evening, USA, Canada, worldwide, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, misunderstood lonely nomad, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you're rocking with the 174th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast, live and direct from StreamYard, alongside with YouTube and myself is the Instagram live feed. Make sure you tap that noni bell so you don't miss any updates of when each episode is going to be dropping and any upcoming hiccups, whatever it may be. Um, Hope you guys had a good weekend. I know I have. You know what I mean? And listen, if you missed any previous episodes and you're new to the channel, don't worry, I got you back. All you got to do is go to the YouTube channel G Money Stacks 555 so you can see all the New York episodes that's already uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page. Tap that noni bell so you can be reminded on when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that's being discussed. And of course, more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Tell a friend to another friend. Word of mouth is important, and I'll handle the rest on where you can listen to the episodes on every streaming platform. Make sure you follow all that other good stuff whatsoever. And by the way, if you'd like to make a charitable donation to support this show, you're more than welcome to actually do that. My Cash App is $ G Money Stacks 555, $ capital G lowercase MONEY 555. Once again, it's not about the bank. It's all about doing the best you can on whatever amount of money you decide to donate will be appreciated. Boom. There you go. Right there. And all right, so let's go to a little thing that I like to call a mental health check-in real quick, man. Now, as far as how I'm feeling mentally, physically, and spiritually, I know plenty of people out there you know, probably having their days, whether it's like somebody's giving them a hard time or whatever. But you know what? As for me, mentally, it's mentally I'm doing all right so far, even though work was a little slow. But at least I'm not working 5 days a week. Because if I was to work 5 days a week, I wouldn't be here creating content and episodes of every New York podcast episode for you folks out there to actually get to know me as a person and as a Queens, New York native right here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and physically I'm doing okay. Spiritually, spiritually I am hanging in there day by day, man. You know what I mean? So yeah. Um And by the way, it's okay to not be okay, man. And you are only human, so you don't need to really overthink yourself as far as like the things you can't really control because once you overthink, you overstress yourself and you are doing major damage to yourself, putting a lot of blame on yourself and stuff, but there's no need for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, nobody was born perfect. Everybody, including myself, is born with imperfections, okay? I'm not really that fortunate to be perfect, to be honest with you, because shit, I made mistakes all my life, but hey, I try not to. I try not to. You know, let that trigger me. You know what I'm saying? It may be hard sometimes though, man. But it's a lot to process and a lot to actually you know have an epiphany on some things. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there you go, right there, man. That was your mental health check-in, and now I'm gonna cut to the chase with the New York Mass Transit Files right here, man. Let's go. All right, here's our first story, and this is according to the Port Authority. This is according to amnewyork.com. All right, so the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey has tapped two big time architectural and design companies for the $10 billion revamp, $10 billion actually to be exact, revamp of its aging 42nd Street bus terminal. The bi-state agency hired British firm Foster and Partners and Chicago-based construction engineering company A. Epstein and Sons to advise the overhaul of the decades-old transit hub. End quote. Both of these firms have a proven track record in delivering world-class design services, and they are both skilled, experienced, and knowledgeable with respect to large-scale urban projects. Port Authority Executive Director Rick Cotton said during the press conference Thursday, August 4th, which was last week. They are perfectly suited to this challenge, Cotton added. The proposal seeks to completely raise the current terminal on 8th Avenue built in 1950 and replace it with a larger structure with 40% more capacity, along with a new storage and staging area for buses so they don't have to line up on the street, and a ramp connecting directly to the Lincoln Tunnel deck over with 3.5 acres of green space. A per a project of this scale doesn't quite exist, said Juan Vieira Pardo, an architect with Foster and Partners. This is more this is much more complex than most any project we've ever seen. The UK company designed a new cross rail station in London with a shopping center and rooftop garden, along with Bloomberg's European headquarters in that city, and a master plan for a metro system in the Saudi Arabian city of Jeddah. Epstein worked on the renovation and expansion of the Java Center. Yes, Java Center. The Port Authority announced the massive scheme in early 2021 and expects to open the new facility at the end of 2031. That's a long ass time, man. The agency has allocated $3 billion for the project in its current capital plan, but Cotton hopes to raise a portion of the funding by letting developers build four mixed use towers at the terminal. It plans to collect payments from real estate companies in lieu of city property taxes, similar to the controversial scheme Kathy Governor Kathy Hochul wants to use for her 20 excuse me tw- two, wait 22 what is it $1 billion Penn Station renovation and expansion. The new high rises would be on 8th Avenue between 41st and 42nd Streets, 9th Avenue between 40th and 41st Streets, 11th Avenue between 39th and 40th Streets, and on 10th Avenue between 39th and 40th Streets, according to the agency. Some 260,000 passenger trips went through the terminal each weekday pre-slandemic, or nearly a quarter of all commutes across the Hudson River to and from Manhattan's business district, according to the Port Authority. The station has reached figures of up to 60% of 2019 numbers since the COVID-19 outbreak. Um, in other trends and news, what we have here is pertaining to fostering an environment of action within the city's transit system. Um, One of the most rewarding aspects of my job as president of New York City Transit is that I get to hear from riders directly what you like about subway and bus system, especially what you don't. Whether it's through online surveys, public comments at MTA board meetings, or lately in-person transit talks. New Yorkers are never shy about what they are thinking, and I appreciate their candor. I'm making it my mission to foster an environment of action where our team at Transit not only listen to these concerns, but we also do something about it. Case in point, we've been hearing a lot about weekend service lately. Customers want to use mass transit to get around anytime, but they are having a harder time on some weekends when service can be limited because of ongoing maintenance and construction. My job is to find the middle ground where we can be responsive to riders' needs today while still getting important track work done to ensure long term service reliability. That's why I'm appointing a weekend service Caesar to plan, coordinate, and implement a service plan that can thread that needle. With ridership patterns changing, we need to be nimble. Weekends are recovering much stronger than weekdays post COVID. So the old game plan for minimizing disruptions isn't going to work. I know we can do better. We are applying the same focus to delivering accessibility upgrades across the subway system, which has long been another priority for riders. It was announced at the end of July that a new street elevator is on the way at Queensboro Plaza in Long Island City, Queens, New York. A private developer building nearby will pay to install and maintain it on the north side of the station. This the second improvement bonus to be approved by the city planning commission on the zoning for accessibility, and it marks the first use of ZFA outside Manhattan. Not sure what that stands for, but don't ask. Hold on. Yeah. Um the new privately funded elevator will implement ongoing MTA capital work at Queensboro Plaza that includes the installation of two other elevators that make the station fully accessible, one that connects from the street to the station's mezzanine, and another that connects the mezzanine to platforms above. We're using every possible strategy to make the system more inclusive for New Yorkers with disabilities, parents with strollers, seniors with mobility issues, and more. Getting close to 100% accessibility won't happen overnight, but we're not losing sight of the small things in pursuit of our grand vision, like making sure all subway cars have functioning air conditioners. Currently, just 0.1% of cars are found hot on a given day. Even during recent heat waves, there were 45% fewer hot cars this June compared to June 2021. And we're continuing to identify and inspect cars for working AC before they enter service. We've identified the car types of AC systems fail most often, which are 35 to 40 years old, and have become better at identifying failures in the shop and repairing them before they get placed back in service. There's no issue too big or small to raise with us, so please keep the feedback coming. It helps our transit team to serve. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. In the meantime, let me give a shout out to the people that just got in. We got Whitney underscore large and CFAsh.esm for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for viewing this on the Instagram live feed. And by the way, if you have any comments or whatever on the topics that's being discussed or whatever, please feel free to go to the Instagram live feed comments section, and or you can go to the YouTube channel page to comment over there as well. So, um, okay, without further ado, now before I go to the BG story real quick, um, let me say something. I did pose a question for a recent episode that I just did, episode 172, and this was regarding about congestion pricing. So here's what I want you to do for all you folks out there that's listening. I want you, especially those that's in the New York area, right? I want you to basically comment your thoughts and talks on how you feel about congestion pricing that's going to happen in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because one way or the other, it's probably going to happen. So it's not easy to just, you know what I'm saying? So let me know what your feedback is, and I'll try to. And I actually posted it in the Spotify section from Anchor. You know what I mean? And when you see that, I want you to answer it. I'll probably try to post it on the Instagram live, not the Instagram live feed, but on the on the show podcast page on Instagram, probably when I get off the air. So there you go, right there. Now that I got that out the way, man, let's get into a little thing that I like to call chatting on the jazz. And I believe there's some bad luck for BG right here. And yes, speaking of bad luck for BG, man, we need to talk about his situation in regards to him being denied bail. Now I know what you're thinking, man, but I'll break down what this is all about, though, man. So let's see. And this is according to Hip Hop DX. Um, so New Orleans, Louisiana, of course. Hot boy rapper BG, whose real name is Christopher Dorsey, was reportedly denied an early release from prison again, according to Vlad TV. U.S. District Judge Susie Morgan of New Orleans, Louisiana, denied BG's handwritten letter for a compassionate release on June 28th, despite support from Birdman Slim, Wendy Day, and Gary Payton Sr., among others. Um, Dorsey complains of an outbreak of COVID-19 cases at his facility, Morgan wrote in her decision. But BOP's website currently lists zero positive cases among inmates out of a total inmate population of 960 and one positive case among staff. BG has less than 2 years on his 14-year federal prison sentence for gun possession and witness tampering, but he's tried multiple times to get out early. In February, he penned his first motion from prison after the entire bureau of prison system went into lockdown due to violence in USP um, Beaumont. He wrote murder and mayhem was normal occurrence in federal prison, and the public had no idea what was really going on behind prison walls. He also claimed his health issues make him more susceptible to COVID-19, chided his previous attorney for incompetence, and refuted prosecutors' attempts to paint him as a violent individual due to his rap lyrics, adding that the only thing he's ever killed was a microphone. Morgan explained she did not find any gross neglect that affected the outcome of Dorsey's second motion for compassionate release, meaning he'll have to complete his sentence. Birdman described BG as being being like a son to him and applauded his change and grow in an unprecedented fashion. Along with, he's not the only generational artist, but he's got a platform and the chance to share his experience to better today's young man who need to hear what he got to say. When he is released, I know he will give back and use what he's gone through to help as many people as possible. BG was one of the original members of Cash Money's Hot Boys group, alongside Lil Wayne, Juvenile, and Turk. The group released 3 studio albums, including 1999's platinum-selling hit "Guerrilla Warfare." BG is scheduled for release in 2024. Wow, that's crazy, man. Yeah, that's got to be crazy. Um, what else can we talk about here? Oh, Styles P. Now, this story kind of got me when he was on TMZ Live, actually, and this is pertaining to a good deed that he did. So listen to this. Styles P of the Locks is a rapper who takes his health very seriously, and he's now giving fans an insight into his workout regimen. On Monday, August 1st, Holiday Styles took to Instagram to share a pair of clips of himself um, working out in the gym. In the first clip, the rapper performs variations of a pull-up workout, and in the video, he captioned, he lets it be known that being brolic doesn't necessarily mean a person is automatically strong. Um, Hashtag Operation Unwashed. they they ain't giving it out. You gotta go get it. Um, Hashtag Juices for Life. Hashtag Pharmacy for Life. Styles captioned the first post. Don't confuse being diesel for being strong and endured. Gotta work at it all. Mind, body, and soul. Just focus on being a better you, and you are on the right direction and the right track. I agree. In the second clip, Styles can be seen doing an abdominal workout, which includes lifting a medicine ball with his legs while hanging from a bar. Instead of speeding through the workout, the Locks rapper expresses the importance of taking his time. Hashtag Operation Unwashed. Oh man, hold up. That's crazy, man. Wait. Yeah. Slow motion is better than no motion. What you waiting for? Go get it. Hashtag Juices for Life. Hashtag Pharmacy for Life. Plant based strong. He wrote. Um, Styles isn't the only one from the Locks who has a penchant for working out. In January, Jadakiss shared a video of himself getting in an intense pull-up workout and while also issuing a challenge to Jim Jones, Mano, and Dave East. It came after Kiss was asked by Jimmy and Mano if he would do a verse for a track on their Lobby Boys self-titled collaborative album. I'm looking for I'm looking for Capo. He said in the video while hanging upside down from a pair of gymnastic rings. I'm looking for Dave East. I'm looking for Mano and the Lobby Boys. They said y'all want me on the album. Y'all gotta pull up on me first and come get your verse. Meanwhile, Jim Jones has admitted that he was fuming over Mano's breakthrough single High Hater when it first dropped in 2009, which in his eyes meant he was living up to the song's title. In an exclusive interview with Hip Hop DX, the Lobby Boys each recalled the first time they heard their cohort's biggest tracks, leading Jones to explain why Mano's debut commercial single ran him hot. I was mad, Jones said. I don't think I ever even told you this. I was on fire when I heard that shit. This punk nigga got a record. I'm upset. He really got a record. Now he really in the game. You were on the outskirts to be me before High Hater. I heard High Hater. I was like, fuck, man. Who the fuck? I kicked the posters over and everything. Fucking High Hater. I'll punch you right in your mouth. He added, I had every indication in my mind that was a hit record. There's no way around it, but I was really pissed off at the time. I was the hater he was saying hi to. Wow. 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 Yeah, that's crazy though, man. But another good deed that Styles P did. Um, yes. Um, Locks rapper Styles P thinks he should have handled things differently when cops took down a woman outside his Yonkers, New York business. But he adds some cops in the neighborhood are more about control than protection. The artist um and community leader joined us Thursday on TMZ Live and said the violent arrest this week makes it clear the vibe isn't great between citizens and officers, and he's especially upset uh, the two male cops got so rough with a woman. Styles offered up a self-reflective question about the woman's race too, and how that might have played a factor in how she was arrested. As for his approach in intervening, getting right in one cop's face, he thinks there were better ways he could have handled himself, and really wants young people to get that message. Still, he isn't discounting the impact PTSD from being a black man in America influenced his response. As we reported, Styles jumped in the middle of the heated arrest Tuesday outside Juices for Life, the juice bar he owns with Jadakiss. His takeaway from the incident, yes, police have to arrest people who break the law, but they should use the same force regardless of the suspect's race. Yeah, yeah, he's right. He's right. And that was a good deed. That's another good deed that he did though, man. I have to really applaud him for this though, man. For real, for real. All right. Now we are going to go to our next topic, which includes the weekend. All right. So the weekend has unleashed the first trailer for his upcoming HBO series, The Idol, on Sunday. The Canadian crooner shared a 93-second teaser on social media on Sunday, July 17th, giving fans an explosive X-rated glimpse at what's described as the sleaziest love story in all of Hollywood. Do You Trust Me? From the sick and twisted minds of Sam Levinson and, of course, The Weeknd, starring Lily Rose Depp. Hashtag The Idol is coming soon to HBO Max. The EXO hitmaker tweeted while sharing the trailer. Created by The Weeknd and Sam Levinson of Euphoria fame, The Idol follows a Los Angeles club owner and cult leader, The Weeknd, who enters into a complicated relationship with a rising pop star, Lily Rose Depp. The cast also includes Troy Sivan, Debbie Ryan, and Rachel Sennett, with former Saved by the Bell star Elizabeth Berkley, Power Book 2 ghost actress Melanie Labarde, and the multi-award winning Anne Heche having recurring roles. Produced by A24, Burn Creative, Little Lamb, and HBO Entertainment, The Idol was first announced in June 2021 and began shooting in and around Los Angeles last November. In April, however, it was reported that the show was going in a new creative direction amid changes to its cast. The Idol's creative team continues to build, refine, and evolve their vision for the show, and they have aligned on a new creative direction, HBO said in the statement. The production will be adjusting its cast and crew accordingly to best serve this new approach to the series. So the release date for The Idol has yet to be announced, so it's to be determined. Meanwhile, The Weeknd has started his after hours after Till Dawn tour in Philadelphia last week. After a widespread Rogers network outage forced him to postpone his planned opening date in Toronto, with opening acts K. Tronada and Mike Dean in tow. You mean town? The Dawn FM singer brought the show to New Jersey's MetLife Stadium, which is in East Rutherford, on Saturday, July 16th, where he debuted the Idol trailer inside the 82,500 capacity ground. I'm showing something special for you tonight right before I go on, he tweeted ahead of the concert. MetLife, baby. Yep. All right. Yeah, let's make some noise for the Weeknd and the TV show The Idol. All right, French Montana. All right. Okay. French Montana and his brother AUB have linked up for a new Coke Boys record release, Sliding. In a statement sent to Complex, Ayub said he's always been curious about pursuing music, ultimately resulting in him taking the plunge with self-recording and producing. I figured out how to record myself and produce, so that was the first step in my journey as an artist, Ayub said. Sliding was first created in my room, like a lot of my songs. French heard the first draft of the song and loved it. For French, the collab ended up becoming his favorite song he's dropped in 2022. Working with my bro was something I've been looking forward to for some time. Excited for the world to hear it, he said. Listen to Sliding below via Spotify and see the video co-directed by Zay Jones and Ayub above. This week, French made headlines after a legend during an interview with academics for the Off the Record podcast that record labels are profiting from artists' death by way of life insurance. Wait, okay. End quote. You preying on making millions on his death. They are being realistic, and you are supposed to have life insurance anyway. But when the label does it if you don't have one, that's crazy. He said when detailing his argument. In June, French rolled out a new album with Harry Fraud titled Montega. A video for the track Keep It Real featuring ESTG is slated to drop next week. Of course, stay tuned. To be determined. Let me see about that though. And yes. And I think this is crazy, man. Yeah. And he's accusing record labels of embracing street violence related to their artists, and actually capitalizing off of um rappers' deaths. That's what French Montana is talking about. Comparing his entry point to today's star rappers, French told academics regulators are now taking life insurance out on artists in anticipation of them being killed in action. French says when he began buzzing in the late 2000s through NYC aficionados, Max B, and Dame Grease. Dame Grease, oh shit. Oh shit. Labels and artists actually distance themselves from street drama, but now they've learned how to monetize the murders. Over the past few years, rappers such as Pop Smoke, King Von, and Draco the Ruler were all killed, and subsequently had albums released posthumously to the public. French also says today's rap game is more dangerous than in the past, and blames social media for escalating the beefs, saying one day a full war can go on. No, we don't want that, man. We don't really want that, man. That's not gonna solve shit. That's not gonna solve a fucking thing. Fellow NYC bred rap stars Nas and Jim Jones have both sided in the past with French and his notion that being a rapper is the most dangerous job. We caught we recently caught him in NY, or New York to be exact, as he broke down the complicated culture, reacting to his friend collaborator Lil TJ's shooting. His message urging all hip hop artists and entourages to stay safe. French actually has things to say inside the booth as well. He recently dropped off the deluxe edition of his Harry Fraud reunion project. Well, he's not wrong about this though. He's not wrong about this though. I'll say this though. Yeah, I do agree with this actually. So here it is. And okay. Um, all right. Up next, we got Method Man. Okay, during a gem-filled barbershop sit-down with Math Hoffer, Method Man shares some more words of advice for artists who are considering signing with their with their fellow artists. I always felt like you can't sign to somebody who's still trying to be an artist, Meth said. It's hard. They can't give you the time or attention that you probably need and deserve unless you are your own machine. Hoffa um, and his fellow co-hosts then began to list off rappers who meets this definition, including Drake, Lil Wayne, and Rick Ross. I mean, these are people that I'm pretty sure have a staff. Meth interjected. Give me 1 second, folks. All right. Okay, I always felt like you can't. Wait, hold on. I read that already. Let me see. All right. Elsewhere in the interview, the Wu Tang legend apologized to Destiny's Child um, for an incident that took place at Janet Jackson's MTV Icon special in 2001. He also shared his thoughts on ghostwriters and rap and recalled the time he almost snuffed Joe Button. He also spoke about how he detested being a sex symbol during his solo kick in the late 1990s. In quote, he stated, "I thought that all I need shit." Method Man said of his 1995 "I'll Be There for You, You're All That I Need to Get By" um, collab with Mary J. Blige. I didn't want to put it out because it was at a point nowhere. When we were doing these shows with Wu Tang, I would come out and it'd be like it'd be girls screaming. Now for me, it's like I'm grimy, same clothes for 3 days in a row, nigga. Who wants to go the sex symbol route at this point? He continued. Um, he continued, but at that point in time, this is how I viewed it. All the guys that did the sex symbol shit lost their audience, which was the dudes co-signing and shit like that, because dudes, they playing the music. Chicks be like, I don't want to hear all that, but they get exposed to it through their guys. So for me, it was like, nigga, whatever. I'm gonna drop this, bring the pain. All right, all right, Kid Cudi. So, um, So recently in Miami, Florida, Rolling Loud Miami 2022 kicked off on Friday, July 22nd, with Kid Cudi in the headlining slot. But it looks like some fans were still seething. He replaced Kanye West, who was originally supposed to perform that evening. In a clip posted to the Shade the Shade Room's Instagram account, Kid Cudi screams at the crowd to stop throwing random items at him as he threatens to leave, which he eventually does. If I get hit with one more fucking thing, if I see one more fucking thing on this fucking stage, I'm leaving, he says. From there, a water bottle goes flying his way, which was evidently the last straw for Kanye's former Kids See Ghost collaborator. He then drops the mic and walks off the stage while the audience continues to boo. Damn, son. Damn. Another view of the incident, Kid Cudi is mid song when he gets hit right in the face with a water bottle. Unsurprisingly, that's when he snaps. Yo, I will walk off this stage if y'all throw one more fucking thing up here. He says in the second video, I will leave. I will leave right now. Rolling Loud Miami organizers have been promoting Kanye West's appearances for months. On Monday, July 18th, they announced the abrupt cancellation, which arrived without explanation. We were looking forward to Ye headline Rolling Loud Miami 2022. They said in a statement. We spent months working with him and his team on the performance. Unfortunately, Ye has decided that he would no longer be performing. This is the first time a headliner has pulled off our show, and though we don't take it lightly, we wish him the best. We look forward to welcoming Kid Cudi as a headliner in Miami, and we can't wait to see what he has in store. Um, Rolling Loud 2022 continues on Saturday, July 23rd, with performances from Future in the headlining slot, Lil Uzi Vert, Gucci Mane, The Baby, and dozens more. The annual festival concludes on Sunday, July 24th, with Kendrick Lamar in the prime spot, Little Baby, Kodak Black, Baby Keem, and ASAP Ferg, among others. Okay, this is more of a recap of what went down last month. So, um, know what I mean. So, all right. Another Kid Cudi news. Um, so Kid Cudi, according to TMZ, Kid Cudi and Kanye West's Cold War is creating all sorts of collateral damage, and longtime good music producer Mike Dean appears to be the latest one feeling the burn. Dean launched into a Twitter rant after learning Wednesday night he'd been dropped from Cudi's upcoming Moon Man's Landing Festival without warning. He clarified on Thursday that Cudi was indeed the one who cut him, but still says he's definitely good on the live music circuit with or without Cudi's help. Dean told Hip Hop DX, Kid Cudi dropped me from the festival. I don't care. I'm doing stadiums this weekend. What's even more puzzling is Mike and Cudi have their own long running relationship. He even produced on Cudi's last solo Man on the Moon album in 2020. Kanye and Cudi's friendship came to an end earlier this year, and the fallout continues. Pusha T was forced to choose sides when he released his last album, but things came to a head at Rolling Loud Miami last month when Cudi was forced off stage by rogue Kanye fans who pelted him with objects. Kanye canceled Cudi for being friends with Pete Davidson, and now Cudi clips Mike seemingly for his ties to Ye. Talk about a bad bromance. Two grown ass men make that no three grown ass men who don't seem to fucking get along. They're too busy ground beefing with each other. This is so fucking ridiculous, folks. Like, I'm not really surprised by all this though, man. But I ain't got nothing else to say on this shit right here, man. It's fucking bullshit right now, man. But anyway, man. Um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, there's just one topic I didn't get a chance to talk about, and this is in regards to Bronx Point. All right, so here's what we have here according to New York imby.com. And this is the Bronx Point's first phase tops out at 575 Exterior Street in the South Bronx. Okay, so construction has topped out on the first phase of Bronx Point, a 22-story mixed use building at 575 Exterior Street in the South Bronx, designed by S9 Architecture, and developed by L&M Development Partners, Type A Projects, and Bronx Works. The structure will be yield 542 permanently affordable housing units in studio to three-bedroom layouts, all reserved for households and individuals earning between 30 to 120% of area median income, as well as for the formerly homeless. The edifice will also feature 56,000 square feet of community facility space, 12,000 square feet of retail space, and serve as the home of the Universal Hip Hop Museum. The building is the first to debut in the $349 million, 530,000 square foot mixed use master plan, which will bring 1,045 apartments and a 2.8-acre public green space next to Mill Pond Park, designed by Marvel Architects and Abel Benson Butts. Damn. 345 no excuse me $349 million. What kind of name is that? Butts? Oh man. Oh man. Oh shit, that's fucking crazy. The property is located on a plot bound by the 145th Street Bridge to the south, Exterior Street, and the elevated major Deegan Expressway to the east, and the Harlem River to the west. Work has progressed steadily since breaking ground last May, with the brick facade or facade now enclosing nearly half of the reinforced concrete superstructure. Um, yeah, you can look at these pictures on the website New York, yimby.com. All right, so just to let you know, photos from a distance show the scale of the massive superstructure and its upper step design, and its level. Excuse me, and its level of visibility over the relatively low rise district. Bronx Point joins a number of recent developments that are currently transforming the Bronx with a wave of a new housing and building lining the waterfront. Okay. All right. So there's more. 575 Exterior Streets residential program features 135 studio, 192 one bedroom, 122 two bedroom, and 93 3 bedroom apartments. Amenities include an outdoor terrace, on site laundry facilities, a children's room, a community lounge, a bike storage room, a fitness center, and 24/7 front desk security, an early childhood learning center run by Bronx Works, and an outdoor science programming run by the Billion Oyster Project will occupy part of the community facility space. The Universal Hip Hop Museum is slated to feature hip hop artifacts, a DJ booth, a graffiti station, a recording studio experience, and a virtual reality theater developed in partnership with Microsoft. Opening is anticipated for 2024, which is 2 years from now. Um, the green space will be composed of public plaza, a fitness area, expansive lawns, a playground, waterfront lookouts, a BBQ area, multiple paths, and public bathrooms. Now there is no particular date in 2024 in terms of which month is going to be um, opening. So remains to be seen. If I hear anything, I'll bring it to you on the New York podcast, folks. So I got y'all. Bronx Point is being built as a public-private partnership with financing from city's Department of Housing Preservation and Development, the New York Housing Development Corporation, Empire State Development, and Wells Fargo, totaling $323.5 million for the Bronx project, along with $27 million for the NYC Economic Development Corporation's waterfront esplanade. The Prusik Group, L&M's partner on Essex Crossing on the Lower East Side, and the new National Urban League headquarters in Harlem, will serve as Bronx Point's retail development advisor. It's reported that Bronx Point as a whole is expected to be fully finished by the end of 2023. And of course you could they have a wait, hold on a minute here. Yeah, I don't know about all that though. They yeah, you can follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Of course, Yimby, which is the name of it. So there you go, right there. Um, okay, what else can we talk about in this episode before I forget? Right, right. So, we have a documentary, um, or docu series, if you will. First, let's talk about this. Um, okay. So this is according to High on Film's website. And all right, here we go. Trainwreck Woodstock 99 documentary explained. It is important to begin by saying that growing up when I did in the 2000s and learning about pop culture and music in a country belonging to the global south, I had never heard of the Woodstock concerts and the incidents that took place in their aftermath. I was also not aware of the popular bands from the 90s and have never indulged in them since I started listening to music. Later, when I have come to hear, read, and understand more about the incidents that took place around Woodstock 99, a music festival that was heralded with a noble intention but soon became a mortuary of chaos. I have, I have been horrified and equally fascinated to tell the least. Hang on a minute here. Let me see who just came in. Um, Blank Key. Thank you for viewing this. Um, all right, so where was I? The Netflix 2022 documentary series Trainwreck Woodstock 99 helps piece the puzzle together and answers the question that plagues the web. What exactly happened at the Woodstock 99 Music Festival? It lays out a clear cut structure of storytelling, as most Netflix documentary series are prone to doing, and goes about it by embroidering personal accounts with real time footage available from the scene of action. It also brings into question the ugly truths behind the glitzy glamour of a music festival, which is thronged by young people and old, primarily music lovers in search of a good time. All right. All right. The first Woodstock Music Festival, originally known as the Woodstock Music and Art Fair, took place between August 15th and August 17th, 1969, at Bethel, New York. It was a diary farm of Max Yasgar that hosted this festival, and amidst protests against it, almost half a million people had turned up here. The festival is said to have brought together a sea of music lovers who further bonded on psychedelics and copious amounts of marijuana, and features some of the most memorable performances by Stills and Nash, Cosby, Hendrix, and Santana. It has become enshrined as a defining moment in American pop culture and music history, and an event to highlight the counterculture generation of the 1960s. Its importance was furthered by the award-winning documentary film Woodstock 1970, directed by Michael Wadley. It was popularly recognized as 3 days of peace and music, and several attempts have been made to revive the festival in all its glory and spirit. The Woodstock Music Festival 1999 was a similar effort that quickly disintegrated under the weight of capitalistic malpractices, ignorance on behalf of the organizers, and the spirit of the age. Um, why was Woodstock 99 a failure, you ask? Well, in the first episode of the three-part documentary, we are introduced to the foundational reason behind Woodstock's failure. It took place in a deserted, non-functional airbase, the Griffiths Air Force Base, instead of its precursor, which took place in a dairy farm surrounded by greenery. The organizers had decided to build a barricade around the base to keep away the freeloaders. It was late July 22nd to the 25th to be precise, and the scorching sun, flaring temperatures, and lack of shade to keep the attendees cool were a cause of distress among the majority of the people. Everyone who entered the venue had their food and water bottles were taken away. There were sponsors at the venue who sold a bottle of water for as high as $4, climbing up to $12 by the end of the third day, leaving most attendees grumbling. There was an unthoughtfully inadequate number of waste bins to accommodate the plastic waste generated by around half a million attendees. The stalls erected for cleaning and washing themselves also fell short. The quality of hygiene at the festival started to dip lower every hour of every day, leading to discovery of widespread contamination of the water by germs and impurities from feces, according to samples collected from the site. Most of the attendees started to fall sick. No matter this, we continue to hear the ignorance of what trespassed in the voices of the organizer and the promoter, Michael Lang and John Shear. They lie shamelessly in front of the press about the successful ongoing of the festival and tell everyone that things were under control when they clearly were slush, even though they knew that the crowd was agitated and exhausted on the third day. To drive home the idea that Woodstock 99 was a revival of the Woodstock 69 in spirit, they handed them candles, the reason for the fires that started at the venue. Of course, Woodstock 99 performances, of course, Limp Bizkit, Fatboy Slim, and others. The crowd wanted to bask in the musical performances of the pop culture favorites from the 90s, and Woodstock 99 made sure that they get enough of these legendary performances on stage. The audience witnessed the many real-time clips from these performances at the festival, enough to tell us that not all things went down well with them. Yeah. One of the first instances is when Sheryl Crow is asked to bare her breast during her performance, since there already were too many nudists and flashers in the crowd. The audience perhaps thought heckling an artist would do them good. Crow shows her patience with the crowd, but they don't really deserve it. More of these shocking insights about the star performances follow. Some of them took to their heels to flee from the venue as fast as they could, and Fatboy Slim's performance was called off in a moment of panic by the organizers. The documentary series can start to appear a little superficial at this point, since it focuses so much on the situations leading up to the discomfort of the music festival attendees that it forgets to dive into the behind the stage realities of artists, their management at such festivals, and the treatment meted out to them. Despite the flaw, we can faithfully assume that some of these artists contributed to the adrenaline rush of the crowd, even tempting them into violence and vandalism. Of course, concluding Woodstock 99, in the aftermath of the Woodstock 99 Music Festival, several people were left diseased. The site had been ravaged by the crowd and the fire, and multiple complaints of sexual abuse and harassment were lodged with the police. By the time you reach the end of the documentary series, you are almost gasping for breath. It is no less than a disaster movie on the screen, only bringing into question what the reality of it must have looked like on the premises. Besides, how could a festival that attempts to unite the crowd in love, light, and peace of music start to appear like a rave party for the youth? It is not the organizers alone who were responsible for the rampage. The crowd the crowd too was unruly, intoxicated, and misogynistic. It brings into question how music and listeners searching for it and had undergone a change in the 3 decades between the original festival and one of its many renditions. Whew. Yeah, I bet you everybody was hurt that day. Okay. Oh man. All right, so both but most importantly, it made me wonder about the grim realities of performers and their management at musical festivals, since these festivals continue being conducted, attended, and loved by people all around the planet. Yeah, and I think there's more to this too, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's more to it. I know there's revelations to this shit too, so let's get into it right there. Yeah, yeah, this is a three-part shit. Okay, so Woodstock, the 3-day music and art extravaganza, first held in August 1969, wholeheartedly embraced love, unity, and harmony within its festivities. The outdoor jamboree, which was attended by at least 400,000 people, pe- showcased how music can be a form of peaceful protest and later became a defining symbol of the counterculture generation. 30 years later, Woodstock was revived by its original founders, Michael Lang, Artie Kornfeld, Joel Rosenman, and John P. Roberts, who attempted to bring a similar experience to a new group of youth. But despite the high hopes, Woodstock 99 was tarnished by poor venue facilities, riots, vandalism, assault, destruction, and corporate greed, making it one of the infamous festivals in music history. Damn. Netflix's latest documentary, Trainwreck on Woodstock 99, was what went wrong in the making and execution of the 1999 shindig. You mean shit dig. Over the course of the 3 episodes, the series highlights everyone from the festival's attendees and performers to its organizers, producers, and um, business partners. Of course, here are 7 revelations from the series. Of course, number one, profits over health and safety. Yeah, that's what money can do to people, man. It could actually change a person's personality because of fucking greed. Woodstock security protocols prohibited festival goers from bringing their own food and water bottles into the venue. Instead, they had to purchase food from on-site vendors, even though most of the available snacks, meals, and refreshments were incredibly expensive. Um, it was so hot that you literally needed to drink a gallon of water an hour yourself to stay hydrated, says Sarah, who attended Woodstock 99 as a teenager. There were definitely fountains there, but there was at least a 25-minute wait. So we went to get just a simple bottle of water. Nobody could afford that water. The average price for a bottle of water in the 90s was around 65 cents. At Woodstock 99, however, a single bottle cost an astonishing $4, um, which then went up to $12 when vendors ran low on stock. Per old footage featured in the documentary, one concert goer complained that a small drink and a measly side salad cost $9 in total. Oh shit. Several members of the festival's production team, including Colin Spear, Lee Rosenblatt, and Pilar Law, noted that the price hikes were prompted by the Woodstock founders and organizers. The higher ups were hell bent on making a considerable profit, especially after the previous revival, Woodstock 94, tanked financially due to overcrowding and security issues. It became clear that Woodstock 99 was no longer emulating the peace, love, and flower power vibes established by the original Woodstock. It was purely a money making venture. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Um, that was the moment for me where it stopped becoming about the concert goer or the festival goer experience. Rosenblatt said it was just cutting budgets. We need to make changes. We're not making profits. Their goal was to make money. Rosenblatt continued saying those in charge of organizing Woodstock 99 decided to sell all the food rights and affiliate corporate groups who had complete control over vendor pricing. Once the deal was sealed, the prices were set, and none of the staffers could do anything to challenge them. All hopes and dreams of peace, love, and understanding 1969 went out the window. Um, Number two, the endless piles of garbage. Oh shit. After the chaos of day one, the entire Woodstock venue was covered in a layer of trash, from empty food packages to liquor bottles and beer cans. The place was so unkept that festival goers had to shuffle through piles of trash just to get to the main stage. The outhouse facilities were also a mess, with human waste pooling over the toilet seats and covering the surrounding floors. Many attendees recalled the horrid, overbearing smell and said they had to step in urine and feces while using the bathrooms. Like all departments, the sanitation department had budget cuts. Rosenblatt explained. Trash services and the sewage services were all framed out. Excuse me, farmed out. Um, Trash services and the sewage services were all farmed out. Yeah, I read that. So we're relying on all these subcontractors, and unfortunately, they did not do their jobs. Lisa Law, a photographer, filmmaker, and Woodstock 69 attendee, believed the widespread grime was going to cause the downfall of Woodstock 99. Law, who was determined to clean up the space, took it upon herself to distribute trash bags to festival goers, urging them to pick up their own filth. One person said to me, I paid $150 to be here. You should clean it up, she recounted. And I said, well, this is a different kind of Woodstock. Number three, security was a complete joke. Crowds of men groping and sexually harassing young women took place without repercussions, mainly because the security at Woodstock 99 was both insufficient and inexperienced. There was not enough security available to closely monitor a crowd of 250,000 people, which encouraged mass crime to occur uncontrolled. Security at Woodstock 99 was kind of a joke, said Tim Healy, a former presenter at MTV. It was like, kids with yellow t-shirts. In the documentary, Lang explains his reason for not hiring law enforcement, stating, we didn't want anybody uniformed or anybody carrying a gun. We didn't want the influences of the government or of the police state or whatever. So the security that we hired, they were not armed. They were peace patrol. One of those peace patrols was Cody, who was 18 years of age at the time. He signed up to work at Woodstock 99 because the hiring process was quick and simple. All he had to do was sign a form, and the $500 pay was quite generous too. Despite the official title, there was nothing peaceful about the Peace Patrol. Many of the patrols engaged in reckless behaviors themselves, whether it was doing drugs while on the clock or selling yellow security shirts to random festival goers for some extra cash. For one unarmed, no, excuse me, one unnamed patroller, Woodstock 99 was simply a place for money and sex and bitches. Oh, wow. It was laughable. Like look at this. What a joke this is, Cody continued. We could see how this is gonna go. Number four, Limp Bizkit's rambunctious crowd. The energy at Woodstock 99 um was pandemonic from the get-go. Young festival goers were riled up by the loud music and the capricious amounts of drugs and alcohol they were consuming. But once Limp Bizkit took center stage, the crowd finally reached its tipping point. The crowd was undulating. No, excuse me, dilating. Excuse me. They were almost one organism, said David um, Blaustein, a former news correspondent for ABC News. On a similar note, Kyle, who worked stage security at the festival, likened the effect Limp Bizkit had on the crowd to a hand grenade. That metaphorical grenade finally exploded when the band performed their 1999 hit single "Break Stuff." Who is to blame for what happened afterward is still up for debate. But many Woodstock organizers, including John Scher, pointed fingers at the band's lead vocalist Fred Durst for encouraging his crowd to go out of control. Um, During the opening of his performance, Durst asked his fans, "How many of you here ever woke up one morning and just decided it wasn't one of those days, and you are gonna break some shit?" Well, this is one of those days, y'all. Where everything's fucked up. He continued. Particular, excuse me, partially quoting the song's lyrics, and you just want to break some shit. It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Durst didn't stop there. He addressed his crowd again, this time urging them to reach deep down inside and take all that negative energy and let that shit out of your fucking system. Now, when this song kicks in, I want you to fucking kick in. At that point, the crowd went completely berserk. People in the mosh pit were diving into each other, getting trampled, and coming out with bloody heads and broken legs. A mob surrounding the stage's sound towers began ripping apart the plywood planks and climbing up the poles. Those broken pieces of plank were also used to crowd surf. It's like a scene where zombies are coming over the castle walls, described Kyle. Number five, the feces tainted water. By day three, festival goers were exhausted, frustrated, and agitated. To make matters worse, the festival's showering stations were sparse, thus prompting a few individuals to recklessly smash the water pipes. Because the shower facilities were also near the bathrooms, the clean supply of water mixed with runoff from the nearby porta potties to create a nasty slush that looked like a mudslide. So, beknownst to few boisterous festival goers, the mud they were fooling around in was actually feces. Damn. The thought that people are out there drinking this, exposing themselves, bathing in this stuff, it was like the worst nightmare, Patterson said. Number six, the shameless downplaying of mayhem. Despite the inhumane conditions and complaints from festival goers, Woodstock 99 organizers continue to lie to members of the press confidently, telling them that everything was fine. We're happy, all is well, says Schur in a press conference that took place after festival goers violently tore down an elaborate wall of artwork displayed at the venue. We haven't had any tough incidents. When asked about the art wall, Lang told reporters, I think the exterior wall just makes an amazing souvenir. The people just couldn't resist it. They were breaking it up into small pieces, I guess just to have a piece of art, of a piece of um, Woodstock. Even the former mayor of Rome, New York, Joe Griffo, praised the event, saying, "I think it's been a memorable, exciting concert for all those involved, and all those who covered it, and the community as a whole. I saw what was going on. I had spoken to enough people. I knew that they were full shit." Blustein said of the Woodstock organizers. Number seven, all hell breaks loose. The final act at Woodstock 99 was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. During the band's closing set, the festival organizers handed out one 100,000 candles to the crowd for a stage vigil mourning the victims of the Columbine school shooting, which took place a few months prior. The demonstration was meant to spotlight a new generation of youth taking a stance against gun violence. As expected, the showcase backfired and instead fueled festival goers who were now fed up with their mistreatment to start a riot. The candles were used to set a few fires in the crowd. Scraps of trash, stray pieces of wood, and broken artwork were then thrown in, causing the fires to grow in intensity. The crazed festival goers also targeted the venue's speaker tower, shaking it violently until it fell to the ground. They lit nearby trailers and trucks on fire. And afterwards, they attacked the cluster of food vendors by knocking down their tents and smashing their ATM machines, which contained around $60,000 to $70,000 in cash. To give flames to an audience that is 3 days into being treated like animals,
Not a very smart decision, said Rosenblatt, who warned Schur and Lang to not give out the candles, but was ultimately told to shut up. Years after the havoc, Schur and Lang are still standing by their actions. The organizers refused to acknowledge any of their own wrongdoings, including the inadequate planning and preparation for Woodstock '99, and served budget cuts and blamed the festival goers for what went down. They are the lunatic fringe. That segment of the population was both entitled and fearful of growing up, of having a real job, and you know have a family and stuff like that. Sure said, and they had lots of angst, lots and lots of angst. When asked um, what he thought went wrong with Woodstock '99, Rosenblatt shared a different and more apt reason. I can say it in one word: greed. Yeah, greed. I have to agree with this, man. So yeah, let's see how much time we got here. Um, okay. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What else can we talk about here? I hope I ain't missing anything. Wait. I hope I ain't missing anything. Oh, Steve Harvey. Here we go. Okay. Obviously, Steve Harvey has added another venture to his list of business projects as the comedian and TV icon is set to create a festival for 2022. Of course, partnering with Earn Your Leisure podcast co-hosts Rashad Bilal and Troy Millings, Matthew Garland, and Michael McDonald to bring forth a financial event called Invest Fest 2022, taking place at Georgia World Congress Center in Atlanta, which was from August 5th to the 7th. Invest Fest 22 will offer attendees. Hang on a minute here. What the hell happened here? Yeah, attendees. Um, Activities focused on building wealth, entrepreneurship, and business adequate. The festival is based on Bilal and Milling's hit podcast Earn Your Leisure, with the purpose of the fest built on teaching and educating attendees through panel discussions, access to the vendor marketplace, and other engaging activities. The festival will also boost special appearances from celebrity figures speaking about the importance of generational wealth and financial literacy. Attendees will receive financial insight from Steve Harvey, Earn Your Leisure host Rashad Bilal, and Troy Millings, rapper Rick Ross, T.I., Charlemagne the God, um, from Black Effect, and I will discuss the podcast fest in Brooklyn in a second. Terrence J, and many more. Speakers will discuss topics ranging from crypto, estate planning, insurance, marketing, real estate, stocks, and taxes. In addition, Harvey spoke about the importance of people learning to invest in themselves and how people can use the Invest Fest to begin that process. Um, People have got to start investing in themselves, Harvey expressed in a press release. When you go to Invest Fest, you invest in yourself. Why would you not do that? Be open to learn everything that will be poured into you. Stay open minded. The majority of things that have happened to me have happened in ways I didn't see coming, but I was open to it. Furthermore, Troy Milling spoke about Steve Harvey's presence and how partnering with the businessmen would bolster their podcast and festival's mission statement. Steve's illustrious career gives him an incredible reach around the world. Millions continued, which makes him a perfect partner as We're on a mission to spread our message globally. General admission tickets for Invest Fest already started. Well, already actually, well, it costs $249. Wow. Silver, gold, and lifetime VIP packages include backstage access and exclusive VIP networking event, musical performances, and even a private dinner with Earn Your Leisure podcast and friends. Of course, it already happened already. So let's get into this, man. Um, all right. So up next, as you can hear, there's a thunderstorm going on where I'm at right now, so don't worry about that. Let's get into a topic that I didn't get a chance to get into, which is Amazon Day, Amazon Prime Day to be exact. Okay, Amazon Prime Day, eh? Yeah, I didn't get to that actually. Um, let's see. Okay, what is Amazon Prime Day? Okay, okay, let me see. Hold on. Okay. Um, wait a minute here. Wait. It's gotta be more to the story than this, man. Um, okay. all right. Um, yes. So I talk. Um, okay. All right. Maybe if I could get the definition of that shit too, man. Hold on a minute here. Amazon Prime Day meaning. Okay. Um. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Okay. So, Amazon Prime Day is Amazon's annual deal event exclusively for Prime members, featuring deals on top brands and small businesses. Of course, you can learn more about its history. Prime Day came to life for customers on July 15th, 2015, as a way to celebrate Prime members on Amazon's 20th birthday. We continue to innovate on behalf of the customer, with Prime Day growing each year. Prime Day took place July 12th to the 13th in more than 20 countries. Prime Day members purchased more than 300 million items worldwide during Prime Day 2022, making this year's event the biggest Prime Day event in Amazon's history. And more shopping means more savings. Prime members saved over $1.7 billion more than any previous Prime Day event. Um, this year was the biggest Prime Day event for Amazon's selling partners, most of whom are small and medium-sized businesses whose sales growth in Amazon store outpaced Amazon's retail business. Prime Day 2022 highlights, of course, obviously, worldwide Prime Day trends include shopping. Of course, It includes Prime members worldwide purchase more than 100,000 items per minute during this year's Prime Day event. Some of the best selling categories worldwide this Prime Day were Amazon devices, consumer electronics, and home. Prime members worldwide did the most shopping from 9 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, July 12th, during the entire Prime Day event. Some of the best selling items worldwide this Prime Day were from premium beauty brands, including Lineage and New Face, Apple Watch Series 7, diapers and wipes from Pampers, and The Honest Company, created by actress Jessica Alba, Kitchen Essentials from Rachel Ray, Le Creuset, and Hamilton Beach, VTech and Leapfrog Toys, Vital Protein Collagen, Whey, Levi's, apparel and accessories, Chemical Guys car wash products, and pet products from Neutral, Temptations, and Greenies. No relation to the Temptation group, folks. I know what you're thinking, man. Since Prime Day shopping began on July 12th, select Fire TV, Echo, and Blink devices were some of the best selling items on Amazon worldwide. Small businesses. Customers supported small businesses in the 3 week lead up to Prime Day, generating more than $3 billion in sales for small businesses, included in the support small businesses to win big sweepstakes. Customers purchased more than 100 million small business items in the 3 weeks leading up to Prime Day. And U.S. Prime Day trends, shopping included for you shopaholics out there. Prime members in the U.S. purchased more than 60,000 items per minute during this year's Prime Day event. Prime members in the U.S. did most of the shopping from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday, July 13th, during the U.S. Prime Day event. Some of the best selling categories in the U.S. this Prime Day were consumer electronics, household essentials, and home. Some of the best selling items in the U.S. this Prime Day were premium beauty products, of course, including Lineage and New Face, Apple Watch Series 7, Crest teeth whitening, and Oral-B electronic toothbrushes, kids and baby clothing from Simple Joys by Carter's, Bent Go kids lunch boxes, Levi's apparel and accessories, Shark vacuums, air purifiers, and steam mops, Beats by Dre headphones and earbuds, Coleman, Marmot, and ex officio outdoor gear and apparel, and construction toys, including Lego sets, Magna, tiles, and Playmobil. Customers in the U.S. use Prime Day to celebrate summer, purchasing more than 1.2 million pairs of sunglasses and more than 1 million swimsuits. Since Prime Day, um, shopping began on July 12th, select Fire TV, Echo, and Blink devices were some of the best selling items on Amazon in the U.S. Because obviously, small businesses, during the 3 weeks leading up to Prime Day, customers shop from small businesses, including in the support small businesses to win big sweepstakes across all 50 U.S. states, with those in Delaware, New York, and Wyoming seeing the biggest sales per capita. Amazon Live, Prime Day streams had more than 100 million views. Thousands of creators streamed throughout Prime Day 2022. Of course, Amazon's 2021 Prime Day event kicked off at midnight on June 21st and ran through June 22nd. The 2 day event, it featured deals in the U.S., the U.K., the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, Spain, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Portugal, and the Netherlands, Mexico, Luxembourg, Japan, Italy, Germany, France, China, Brazil, Belgium, Austria, and Australia. The shopping extravaganza delivered Prime members over 2 million deals across every category, along with the best in entertainment, benefits, and never before seen exclusives across Prime Video, Amazon Music, and Prime Gaming. Prime Day 2021 was the biggest 2 day period ever for Amazon's third party sellers, nearly all of which are small and medium sized businesses, growing even more than Amazon's retail business. Prime members in 20 countries shopped more this Prime Day than any previous Prime Day, and scored deep discounts across home, fashion, beauty, and electronics. Members purchased more than 250 million items worldwide and saved more than any Prime Day before. Of course, Prime Day, the highlights. This happened last. I didn't know this happened last year, man. Unfortunately, yeah. So, um, so 2021 Prime Day highlights, of course, the 2 week leading up to Prime Day 2021 were a boon for small businesses sellers with the Amazon funded spend on $10 promotion. Customers spent over $1.9 billion on more than 70 million small business products during the promotional period, more than 100% year over year increase on sales compared to the Prime Day October 2020 promotion. Fire Stick 4K and Alexa Voice Remote was the most popular item purchased during the Prime Day, with customers purchasing more than Fire TV 4K streaming media players on Prime Day this year than any previous Prime Day. Of course, best selling categories worldwide for Prime Day 2021 included tools, beauty, nutrition, baby care, electronics, including Amazon devices, apparel, and household products. Top selling products worldwide for Prime Day 2021 included iRobot Roomba, um, Roomba 692 robot vacuum, um, Keurig Caseland coffee maker, apple cider vinegar gummy vitamins by Goldie Nutrition, and Crest 3D White Professional Effects white strips. Prime members were, worldwide saved while gearing up for back to school, purchasing more than 600,000 backpacks, 1 million laptops, 1 million headphones, 240,000 notebooks, 40,000 calculators, and 220,000 Crayola products. 10 of millions of customers viewed Prime Day product demonstrations and try on hauls. Had no, excuse me, heard directly from creators and more during Amazon live streams throughout um, Prime Day. Prime Music promotions drove more signups for Amazon Music Unlimited globally than on any other Prime Day. This year's Prime Day show was a 3 part immersive musical event featuring Billie Eilish, her, and Kid Cudi. Artists performed in their own episodes as a part of a series available on Prime Video. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. What else can we talk about here? If I'm not forgetting anything, let me make sure. Um, let me make sure I don't forget anything. Oh, there's one more thing we got to talk about here. There's one more thing we need to talk about here, actually. Um, yes. Yes. There's this TV show. Actually, it's a cartoon. Um, it's a cartoon that used to be on Cartoon Network. And according to Variety, HBO Max and Cartoon Network announced a 2D animated adaptation of Ianu, Child of Wonder, a Dark Horse Comics unique studios graphic novel series heavily influenced by the Yoruba Yoruba people of Nigeria. The project will be financed and overseen by black-owned animation studio Lion Forge Animation. I- Iyanu Child of Wonder is a superhero tale set in the magical kingdom of Yorubaland, which draws from Nigerian culture, music, and mythology. The series follows Iyanu, a teenage orphan who spends her days studying Yoruba history and ancient arts but yearns for a normal life. One day, responding to danger, she unknowingly triggers her divine powers, the likes of which have not been seen since the Age of Wonders. With nearly discovered superpowers, Ianu joins forces with other teenagers as they embark on a remarkable journey to um, discover the truth about the evil lurking in her homeland. Throughout her adventure, she'll uncover the truth about her past, her parents, and her ultimate destiny to save the world. The series is created by Roye Akupe, who will also write and direct multiple episodes. Lion Forge head of production Saxton Moore serves as supervising director. The writers' room is led by Brandon Easton. Executive producers include Akupe, Dung Schwabe, Carl Reed, Lion Forge's David Stewart II, and Matt Heath. Impact X Capital's Erica DePoulis and Forefront Media Group's Ryan Hyderian. Excuse me. The green light of Iyanu Child of Wonder is notable as it continues signaling the emergence of Africa as a player in global streaming. Much of this growth begins in the kids and family spaces. For example, Lapita Iyango became an equity partner of Nairobi, Kenya-based production company Kukua in 2021 and stars in its YouTube originals anime series Super Sema. African titles made for older audiences are also beginning to cross over, such as Netflix's South African drama Blood and Water, which debuted in 2020 and made Netflix's top 10 list in the US. Netflix also recently released Blood Sisters, the streamer's first original series from Nigeria. Iyanu Child of Wonder has it all: vast world building, authentic characters, a strong African female hero at the center, and a first class team of stellar creators and producers, said Amy Friedman, head of kids and family programming at Warner Brothers. While created for kids, the series will resonate with anyone looking for an adventure filled with surprise, magic, lore, and legend. We feel so lucky to be um, the home of Iyanu and partnering with this team. The authenticity of the Iyanu story means everything to us and aligns perfectly with our mission to create and deliver inclusive content to global audiences, said Stewart, founder of Lion Forge. A powerful means of accomplishing and sustaining this is through franchise building and the depth and layers of the Ianu world allow us to explore and create a beautiful universe on screen alongside tremendous partners. When I see, hold on, excuse me, when I set out to create Ianu for a global audience, I wanted to develop a world that combined everything I love about the fantasy genre with the majesty and awe that is ancient West Africa, said Royer Akupe. On top of that, working with Godwin Akpen, who illustrated the books as our art director and collaborating with a thoughtful studio like Lion Ford Lion Forge Animation that prioritizes authenticity and diversity is beyond belief. All right, so let's make some noise for Ianu, Child of Wonder. That's on HBO Max. And let's make some noise for the Invest Fest 2022 that happened. It just went down recently. Um, yeah, let's make some noise for these two. All right, hold on a second here, man. I didn't see this. Yeah, shout out to my man Broken Traditions, man. What's up with you, homie? And Eli on the beats, man. What up, cuz? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Thank you for watching, man. Um, all right. I do have an announcement about an upcoming event that's going down August 11th. So let me just start there, man. For all you New Yorkers out there that's looking for something fun to do, actually, usually I do it on Wednesdays, but because it's on Thursday, I figured I'd start with that first, though. So let's start with that. Um, all right, so let's start with that one right there. Let me see. All right, so um So Uncle Ralph McDaniels, the host of Video Music Box, is going to be at an event. It is called Spread Love Hip Hop Jam, and he is partnered with DJ Scratch, who's also hosting by too. So this was created by Capital One City Park Summer Stage Hip Hop Appreciation Day, which, by the way, hip hop turns 49 this Thursday coming up. All right. So this includes Special Ed, Brand Nubian, Black Sheep, Smith and Wesson, Girl Code, Sweet Tea, Cool Herc, Grandfather Hip Hop, and Cindy Campbell. It's a special tribute to hip hop's fallen soldiers, and it starts Thursday, August 11th. Doors are open at 6 p.m. Showtime 7 to 10 p.m. It's a free event, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just take a look to see. Let me take a look to see. So I don't really so I don't um yes, this is a free concert. Yes, this is a free concert. So basically it takes place at Coney Island Amphi Amphitheater, and the location is 3052 West 21st Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11224. And of course, this is in honor of the Universal Hip Hop Museum, Hip Hop 50, which, by the way, it turns 50 next year. It's turning 49 this year. So, and Video Music Box as well. I suggest, in case you decide to go there, if you are planning to drive or take the train, I would look up a way on how to get there by using your GPS, whether you're using your GPS to drive or whether you're using your GPS to take the train and stuff. So you can do that. So I bet you it's gonna be more fun. So I'm actually going to actually do another announcement. And this is involving. I was gonna mention this in episode 179, but I might as well go ahead and just do it anyway, man. Um, might as well go ahead and do it anyway, man. So Charlemagne the God's Black Effect Podcast Network is having an event that's taking place on August 28th, which is a Sunday. Sunday, August 28th. All right. So this is what's going on here, man. And all right, so the Black Effect is going to take place by what is it? What is it? If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure I get the right information. Let me make sure I get the live information and stuff, so I don't have to, you know, mislead anybody. So actually, let's take a look at the website, so I don't mislead anybody. Okay, okay, hold on a minute. All right, let's see. Okay, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Of course, so this is the Black Effect Podcast Festival tickets. Um, this is basically it's gonna take place in the Brooklyn Mirage at Avant Gardner, Sunday, August 28th at 2 p.m. The tickets it's like $75, and of course you got to be 21 and up. You need valid forms of ID. Um, Join us on Sunday, August 28th in Brooklyn, New York for a one-day live podcast festival. Some of the Black Effect Podcast Network's top shows will be bringing um, the conversations you love. And the lineup includes the 85 South Show, All the Smoke, Horrible Decisions, Reasonably Shady, Big Facts, Black Tech, Green Money, Checking In with Michelle Williams, The Trap Nerds, and We Talk Back. Whether it's comedy, sports, finance, informative sessions for aspiring podcasters, we got you covered. This will be the place to celebrate, uplift, and amplify Black voices. Of course, there are some links. Let me see. There are some links, of course, subject to change. Of course, you can visit the Black Effect. You can visit the website www.blackeffect.com/podfest. That's www.blackeffect.com/podfest. So I would actually hurry. I know you got plenty of time to do that, but I would get a head start on the website. So just go to that website right there, www.blackeffect.com/podfest. All right. General admission and VIP are standing room only. A limited number of tables are available. To make a reservation, please email reservations at avant-gardner.com. That's reservations at avant-gardner.com. If you're visiting Brooklyn for the big event, here's a buffet of accommodation options for a comfy stay. And there's the link right there. Um Events at Avant Gardner may contain flashing lights and strobe effects that affect photosensitive individuals. All events at Brooklyn Mirage are rain or shine. Of course, please check our current COVID-19 health and safety vaccine policy here. Of course, you can go to the website for more information, which is www.avant-gardner.com/COVID-19 safety. Of course, this is an 21 and up event. All right. And as I said, before, if you in case you didn't know, these are the shows that are going to be there. The 85 South Show with Carlos Miller, DC on Fly, and Chico Bean. Earn Your Leisure. We just had a Podfest. Horrible Decisions, Reasonably Shady, Big Facts with Big Banks and DJ Scream. Black Tech, Green Money, Checking In with Michelle Williams. The Trap Nerds Podcast, We Talk Back. And unfortunately Lil Duval had to actually pull out because of you know a, a health related injury or something like that. So it's going to be hosted by Just Hilarious. All right. So there you go right there, man. Um all right. I think it's gonna do it for this episode 174 right here, man. Just wanted to make sure I get those two locations out the way, which is the Podfest that's taking place in the Mirage in Brooklyn, and the other event that I just mentioned just now, which is the Spread Love Hip Hop Jam, which is for Hip Hop Appreciation Day, which is hip hop's birthday. So in case you didn't hear it, you're more than welcome to listen to it after this recording. And I'm pretty sure everybody will be appreciative of me trying to actually inform some fun stuff to do so you don't miss a damn fucking beat. All right. So, without further ado, I think that's gonna do it for this episode right here. So listen, man, if you plan on going to the plan to go to the Podfest, I suggest you follow the Charlamagne the God's Black Effect on Instagram. You can follow that on Instagram as well for more information, for more details about tickets that I just mentioned, all the other good stuff. You can follow Black Effect on Instagram as well. So there you go, right there. Now I'm gonna go to our last segment of the night. Um, hang on a minute. Hang on 1 minute. Don't know why it's acting funny right now. Yeah, sorry. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. I think my browser is like acting up. Or some strange shit that's going on right now. And just give me a. I don't know what's going on here. Um. Oh man. Hold on. I don't know what's going on here, man. Um. Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened here. Um. Yeah. I don't know what happened here. Oh, sorry about that, folks. That was some shit. I'd like to go to our last segment of the night of this episode that I like to call "Stream Choices on the Go." Let's do this. And you can follow the show off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my other shows, Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show. And you can also follow my other show, Meticulous Vibrations Podcast, the review show. And you can also follow me on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Make sure you turn on your notifications for more details of when each episode is going to be dropping and all the good stuff. Make sure you follow Black Effect on Instagram as well as Video Music Box by Uncle Ralph McDaniels. That's also on there as well for the events that I just mentioned to you. Make sure you follow the Black Effect podcast network on Instagram and Video Music Box. Um, both Charlamagne God and Uncle Ralph McDaniels. All right, follow those two pages. All right, so you don't miss a beat. So there you go, right there, folks. And speaking of which, you're more than welcome to leave a voice message on Anchor.fm for any questions that you have for me in terms of topic ideas, in terms of questions
for me in terms of how you feel about today's episode or any previous episodes whatsoever. You're more than welcome to do that. And also, by the way, as I mentioned earlier, I did leave a question on I did leave a question on Anchor/Spotify in regards to congestion pricing. So if you have a chance, go ahead and respond to the question that I just posted in on Anchor and Spotify. So make sure you share your thoughts on there as well. So um as you go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555 on there, you're gonna see a whole list of audio streaming platforms that's already included on there. Starting with Anchor. Um, yes, we are on Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and also you can leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify as well. And also, you can listen to Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. And be sure you follow my other two shows as well. Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition Show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, review show as well. That's on That's on iHeartRadio as well. And of course, last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button on the YouTube channel G Money Stacks 555, where you see all the New York podcast episodes already uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page. Click that noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes on the air via live stream and times of the recording of the live stream. And leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that was discussed. And of course, please make sure you download these episodes, share the videos, share the episodes. Make sure you stream, listen, spread the word. Make sure you stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, and the previous latest episodes that's already been dropped on every streaming platform that I just mentioned just now. Of course, tell a friend to another friend. And of course, spread the word and share the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, and the people that you're cool with the with at work and supporting your career. So I do apologize for my internet that was freezing up as far as like the browser and stuff. So I didn't mean for it to freeze up like that. So I do apologize for that one right there. Also, as I always say at the end of the show, the grind does not stop. Hard work pays off. New York wasn't built in a day. You just got to trust the process in terms of whatever craft you are interested in, whether it's radio personality, whether it's podcasting like I'm doing right now, whether it's whatever career field you are trying to get into, do it to make yourself happy mentally, physically, and spiritually. And may I add, of course, it's important to be confident and
finding your voice in your craft as far as like being behind the microphone and in front of a webcam, of course, like I'm doing right now, alongside with the Instagram live feed on the side of myself right now, and and also, find something that clicks to you, even if it's not relatable to the people. um it doesn't matter. The only person you have to please is yourself. So of course it's important to be consistent. It's also important to be confident behind the microphone and being able to stay in your zone. Of course, get in your zone with the consistency and creativity of creating content of your podcast episodes on a weekly basis, whether you're doing it on a bi-weekly basis based on work or whatever, it doesn't matter. Don't let anybody stop you, man. Um, because at the end of the day, even though your fucking parents is not gonna really more morally support you on your career choices or whatever, it doesn't matter. So what you want to do is, do what makes you smile, what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? It's very important that you are confident in what you love to do. Of course, like I said, find your voice. Be confident in your voice, how you sound, and all the other good stuff right there. And of course, get in your zone on your P's and Q's. Your P's and Q's is important as well. And of course, not only stay in your lane, but be on your P's and Q's and being in your zone. You gotta find something that gets you into your zone, creatively speaking. That's what matters here, folks. And that's gonna do it for me. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you for listening to episode 174. Um, Despite the technical difficulty with my internet and browser that just paused on the YouTube live stream, don't worry about that. Um, and yeah, man, I'm out of here. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me. And shout outs to the people that came into the live stream, Eli on the beats, and along with a few others that I just mentioned. Um, yeah, I'm out of here, man. Peace and one love. Stay tuned for more new topics, new episodes, and of course, stick around for episode 175 next time. And I will give you a whole list of fun things to do for the weekend. And this one right here was just a head starter right here. So take care of yourself, be safe, and of course, peace and one love, and good night, folks.